Well, this is, of course, a difficult question. I don't want to embarrass the members of the Board of Trustees at the Medical College. As a matter of fact, I don't believe that I had enough voice in the matter. I had opportunity to make one deposition, and that was all. I never had a chance to discuss this with the Board of Trustees themselves. It was all in the hands of a committee appointed by the board and by the president of the College of Medicine.
You said you're going to continue to use the artificial heart that Dr. Leota developed and that you are going to hire him. Is this going to open you to more criticism of the Harris County Medical Society or by Baylor?
Perhaps so. This doesn't concern me very much. As long as I can get approval by the research committee in my hospital, and hopefully the research committee at Baylor College of Medicine, I don't particularly care who the other critics are.
There seemed to be some disagreement between you and Dr. DeBakey as far as what is the best end to, or best goal in artificial heart or heart transplants, the use of an artificial heart or the use of a donor's heart, and what is...
Well, I think that it's hard to know, for me to make a statement in his behalf as to what he believes, because I have very little communication with him on this matter. I can say for myself that I think at this time, the logical use of the artificial heart is in the dying patient in whom you think there's a possibility of salvage with a heart transplantation. And in those circumstances, in an emergency situation, I believe that a qualified surgeon is justified in trying a device like this with the consent of his patient and his relatives. There's no question in my mind about this.
If the project were approved by this current session of Congress, I anticipate that it would be as much as 6 years in completing. This would be considered normal. If all things fall into place each year and the funds are advanced by Congress each year for the construction, I understand it could actually be completed in 4 years, and I hope this is the case.
No, I don't. I think we carry this thing to the utter point of ridiculousness, this idea of conflict of interest. As I was talking in the other room, here I'm a senator, and I have to file my holdings. I don't object to that, but what about my wife's holdings? They're a lot bigger than mine, and if I have a crooked mind about me as to how I'm going to vote, I would certainly be more influenced by her holdings, which are 3 or 4 times the size of mine, than I would be my own, which are rather small. And if you want to go to the extreme, then let's file the whole family, my children's and my brother and sister.
Well, I think it's best for the court, yes, that he resign, certainly, because had he not, the certain Republican members of the House were planning to file impeachment proceedings against him. That would have resulted in a long and bitter controversy over whether a violation of ethics was a violation of law. You have a problem of violation of ethics. Violation of law is an impeachable offense. Violation of ethics becomes a matter of propriety. This was certain to have led to a long and bitter hearing and would have tied up the Congress. It would have divided, it would have caused even worse criticism of the court, which should be above criticism. Well, I think there'll be quite a dramatic shift in the direction of the opinions in the future. Yes, yes, very much so. Because President Nixon promised that. It wouldn't surprise anybody. He promised that in his campaign speeches. If he didn't, he'd be backing up, and I would expect him to, where a man promises in his campaign and gets elected on that, I would expect him, and from his whole philosophy.
If we stop the ABM now, we're in no position to bargain with Russia if we can talk with her. If we stop it now, we stop a research and development program that's been hindered in the past by slowdowns and stopping. I can see nothing but stupidity in the arguments being used against the ABM. I have yet to hear one scientific argument against it, other than some learned scientists who merely say it won't work. And then you say, well, why won't it work? And they go way off in the wild blue yonder, forgetting that it already works. The components of this system have been tested, are being tested, and they do work.